So Jim Jones is at it again. This time he's crashing out. He's crashing out on Tony Yayo. Now we know that Tony Yayo, he always like to spark stuff up, keep things going. He's cool with 50 Cent, who's always trolling people online. And Tony Yayo, he's been saying some disparaging things about Memphis Bleek and Jim Jones for some time now. Now we know that Tony Yayo don't like Jay-Z because 50 Cent don't like Jay-Z. And, he would go in on Jay-Z saying Jay-Z don't take care of his artists. Jay-Z only cares about himself. He's living rich, but look how Memphis Bleek is living. He ain't giving him the same opportunities and the same shots that 50 Cent do for his people, right? He's been saying this stuff for some time. And Memphis Bleek, we know that Memphis Bleek says something back. He responded to him, I think it was on Drinks Champ, right? But now Memphis Bleek, he has his own podcast like everybody else does. But also Tony Yayo, he goes in on Jim Jones, right? He says that Jim Jones, he wasn't taking care of his people. He fake. He got paper, but all the guys that was associated with him, that was down with him, he ain't look out for him, right? So whenever Tony Yayo get a chance, he starts trolling these guys, man. He goes in, and y'all know that Jim Jones is super emotional. He's like the ultimate crash out. Whenever things don't go his way, he just goes bananas all the time. I think that that's theatrical too. He do that stuff, to sell records. Right. Tony Yayo is saying that, their bosses ain't taking care of them the way 50 Cent is taking care of me. You know what I mean? We just got back off tour. This is a whole bunch of stuff. So he's saying this.
Like I just said, we just came back off tour.
Yeah.
With Fifth. And we still touring. Still. And I do my own tours too for people. Yo.
You see,
I do my own tours. I did tours in Canada. I did a tour across the whole Germany and the Swiss Alps. And that's why I don't care about the hate. Cause I'm like, I got the possibility to do my own tour. Like something with Memphis Bleek. Memphis Bleek said to Nori, Yayo said Jay-Z didn't have us on tour like he did, or I eat my own halal. I eat my own halal too, if you want to say that. To Memphis Bleek, I just came off my last tour. All I'm saying is when you see Jay-Z in a setting, he never really, when he's doing a Beyonce show or whatever, you don't see Memphis Bleek on the stage or him being brought out. Even if I'm doing the hype man shit with 50, he's bringing me out. I'm making money. I'm going to.
That's that man girl too. That's it. That's Hov's wife tour.
Yeah, that's Hov's wife tour.
So I believe if Hov was out on his own, he would bring Bleek out. There is no need for him to bring Bleek in a situation where it looked like if this was last tour you're talking about with the Cowboy Carter.
Right.
Yeah.
So to me, because I look at Bleek as a loyal guy, I'm a loyal guy to Jay. But I look at like Fifth, my guy Hervé, one day we had TRL, and it's the young Gunners there.
Yeah.
And I'm talking them out. And Hervé says loud, you don't gotta worry about nothing. You got 50. Jay-Z doesn't do nothing for these guys like 50 does. And Hervé, I think he worked with them too. But he said that to me, and that always stuck in my head. Rest in peace.
So, this stuff is weird because a man is supposed to stand on his own 2 feet. And this guy is basically comparing bosses, who has the best boss. I think he has more of an issue with Jay-Z than actually Memphis Bleek, because he's saying that Memphis Bleek is loyal. But some things, it's like chatty patty stuff. Why even speak on Memphis Bleek in that regard about touring and about the opportunities that another man is giving him that you're not even affiliated with? That don't even make sense. If you touring in the Swift Outs, you doing whatever you doing with 50, why is what Memphis Bleek got going on any of your business to try to play them? Right? That don't even make any sense. So Memphis Bleek, he heard all this and he responded when he was on Drink Champs by saying this.
Seen something Tony Yayo said, Hov don't look out for me like 50 look out for him.
Oh, word? He said that?
I just want to clear that up. Hov don't have to.
All right.
You know what I mean?
All right. Okay.
I'm chewing a lie on my own. If Hov look out, I'm telling you, I'll be up there. So when y'all see me out here, that's the Blizzle budget. But back to you, I'm sorry for cutting you off, but I just want to let niggas know Hov don't have to.
So this Tony Yayo dude is like a chatty patty. I can't speak for New York, but I know here on the streets of Philly is notorious. It could be one of the nicest cities in America, but it can also be very, very, very dangerous. Especially when you start putting your nose in other people's business. right, with Philadelphia. So some of the stuff that they do up there, you definitely can't do down here. You can't just talk about another man like that and don't expect that crew to come see you, right, about it. It shouldn't be like that, but that's just the way it is here in Philly. And everybody knows it. That's why everybody bypasses the city on the East Coast and go to other cities. They don't even bother to come here, right? So with that being said, he doesn't. Memphis Bleek don't have really beefs with nobody. Memphis Bleek seems like a cool guy, man. He's a grown-up. He's into doing with his own thing. And Tony Yayo just constantly just takes shots, right, at Memphis Bleek. And we seen them out at events together and doing certain things, but so I don't think it's really no real beef there. But the thing with Jim Jones is there's beef because he was alluding on Math Hoffa's podcast that he left his crew like Stack Bundles in the hood. And Stack Bundles ended up getting unalived over there in Queens, right? Everybody saw the video of the car all piled up, right? And he, being a chatty patty again, he goes on to Math Hoffa and start getting at that and start implicating Jim Jones in it, saying Jim Jones ain't taking care of his people. Check it out.
The difference between me and other niggas, right? Stack Bundles, one of my favorite rappers in the world.
Rest in peace,
Rest in
Stack
peace.
Bundles.
Riot
Squad.
Rest in peace.
Far Rock,
Yeah.
you understand? Jim Jones, he had Stack Bundles, he had Max B. I looked at it like, wait, Stack's Bundles had a portion was still in the hood. No disrespect to Jim Jones. Fifth had me in Battery Park. I could walk out that motherfucker barefoot. I look at the socks and look at it.
Get the
See,
socks.
that's when a nigga love you, nigga. You can get the socks, nigga. Sneakers Dior, nigga. But I'm walking out there barefoot. That's when you know a nigga love you, boy. Because he making sure you don't get your shit split. Because you go back to 134, anywhere, Baisley, right, Brooklyn, phew, shit get split. Once I got shit, nigga shot my shit up. Bentleys and all that. Y'all can get that sneaker, just toss that over there. My shit's official. You know what I'm saying? Yo, look, but nigga put me in position. Rest in peace of Stack, but Stack got killed in the project with a Porsche.
Yeah.
Nigga, come on, nigga, I'm from the hood, nigga. Y'all niggas thought, nigga. I done been around the Black Justice and seen the Preems and all that, nigga. The E-Money bags, all that, nigga. The younger niggas under that.
So with everything you saw,
Maserati Fox. Real
yeah,
nigga, huh?
so with everything that you saw, what would you change?
I just pray to God every time I leave the house.
Well, what would you change?
Change what?
Pass the cup.
I
for
heard
that.
you talk about all the shit you went through, all the shit niggas is still going through.
What
Yeah,
God,
I need one of them cups
listen,
just for
what
the
God
ashtray.
got planned for you is planned for you, brother. God already know what's planned for you in life.
God planned for you to come here and spaz on y'all niggas tonight.
I spaz?
I'm just saying, it was a plan.
I do be on some Hollywood shit. Europe. I gotta stop.
Yeah.
Something like, yo, stop talking about Europe. I don't, like, when you come here, you're not doing
Don't treat
niggas.
Vlad like that, bro. See how niggas is? See how
No, I
niggas
had
is,
nothing to do with
bro?
Vlad.
He ain't treat Vlad
do with
like
Europe.
this. He
I
ain't
do
treat Vlad
things
like
you have to
this,
do with
my
Europe.
nigga.
When you go to
See, this is where I side with Jim Jones a little bit. Because everybody is saying that Jim Jones didn't take care of Stack Bundles enough, and he's part of the reason that Stack Bundles was unalive because he kept him in the hood. And Jim Jones is saying that's not true. Like, I did everything I can do to get these guys out the hood. They didn't want to leave the hood. Some say that he stole his cadence, he stole some of his rhymes, he stole his style, his dress, his swag, his everything. And this is what they're saying. But I know when I know our people, a lot of that stuff is haters. I won't put all that on Jim Jones because I know a lot of people are just hard-headed. Some people don't have the same vision that you have. They don't want to leave the hood. They comfortable in the hood. Some people can't. They got I can't wait to get the F out of here syndrome. They can't wait to get out of the hood. Everything that they hold mission of work ethic is to get out of the hood. And that some people don't want to leave, no matter what happens. They want to stay. So I can't just say that he was Jim Jones is the reason he was unalive because Jim Jones didn't take him out of the hood. I think that that's wrong. And people was questioning Jim to the point when he was on Queen's Flip, Jim said this.
Let's say this. The problem is, when she was on the show, she had said that she had heard about you wasn't giving Stack money, but people don't know that when Stack asked you for the bread, you were going to the bank. I think the bank was closed. Something happened because me and Bino talked about it. I remember being there, and you was going to give him
more money after the money he spent because we was on tour. He like,
Yeah.
geez, I spent all that tour money, geez,
I
on Pop,
remember.
a bucket. Whatever he
remember.
did, brought another Porsche, BMW. He like, yo, Pop, geez, you said a closed mouth don't get fed, geez, I'm Pop, geez, I'm hurting.
it's a fact.
And when I told him, I said, yo, go get 25 grand from the bank tomorrow. He like, oh, yo, what's up with that Wrangler truck? I'm like, I left that shit in Brooklyn. I don't even want that shit. I don't even know what block it's on. Matter of fact, it's by the car shop where I got the Maserati from. He like, you let me get that, G's. I'm like, go take it. You probably got to get a new key. He like, oh, I'm going to go get that tomorrow, G's. You different, G's. And we all know the rest of the story.
Why do you think that people have this misconception of what happened? Why do you think even her? Why do you think that? Where did that come from?
Nobody likes to hear the truth.
Because we were there. Bino get mad all the time, and he gets offended. And he was one of the people that called me. He was like, "That's not true." They think that what they think is that Stack asked you. He told you he wanted to leave. They said that Stack told you he wanted to leave. He wanted to move, and you didn't move him out. But that's not true.
You don't want to hear? You want to hear that story? All right. For Stacks and them, I was about to buy Stacks, the kid Max and Melly, a whole brownstone in New Jersey. None of them wanted to leave the hood, and I was not about to waste my money. And I was what I offered them. I went shopping for the shit and all that type of shit.
Yeah, we remember that, right, Bass? We remember
that.
Shout out to Bass. I remember the conversation.
And I'm like, yo, you bugging. You want to, like, yo, you could go to the hood every day, but you're going to be living in Jersey. Like, you're going to be living better than, you heard? And you don't have to worry about paying for no rent or nothing like that. I'm just trying to get you niggas out the hood. Melly, too. And Melly ended up getting shot, right? Like none of these would listen, and everything that happened that you know can happen in the hood end up happening and shit like that. You know what I mean? But everything to try to protect them for what I know could have happened to them, I tried. You heard? From getting all of these cars to getting all these everything. You can imagine everything. Private jets, Miami, hundreds of thousands in one weekend, 2 tour buses, Atlanta, like, cannot front on how I had my boys moving. And I'm only talking about this because you was there, and you and Stacks were best friends, were Bino, couple others and shit like that. Other than I don't even talk to people about Stacks and what went on, but we was sending out. This was not on our level when we was moving, and no way.
So that Queen's Flip interview was before Tony Yayo started flapping off at the mouth and running his mouth and saying chatty patty stuff, right? That was beforehand. And Queen's Flip was vouching for it because Queen's Flip was cool with Stack Bundles, right? And y'all see, like, ultimately Stack Bundles, the other guy ended up going to jail for a long time for unaliving somebody. You know, he's about to come home or whatever, right? But that's that's Jim Jones basically saying, like, yo, this is how I had my homies living. This how we was moving. That stuff that they saying out there ain't true. Now, I'm not involved in it, so I can't come and say what Jim was doing or wasn't doing. Because I don't know the ins and outs of how that thing was operating. Why would Tony be speaking on something where, nigga, you on tour in the Swift house? Why is that your business, right? But now, now that Tony Yayo made the statements, while Jim Jones was on Memphis Bleek podcast, and mind you, he says disparaging things about Memphis Bleek as well, right? Jim Jones in Jim Jones fashion, he went off and just laid into him and just went off on him. He said this.
Well, a lot of, me from the hood, so people look at Bleek and don't understand the business he's doing. They always look at Jay like, oh, yeah.
But that's why you got like Yayo talking about, Jay don't take care of. I don't need Jay to go on tour.
Yo, smoke hard coke,
yo, chill. Yo, chill.
You look like you need to be taken care of. You look like you need to go to the dentist. You need to look like you need to brush your teeth. You look like you need hygiene. You look like you need help. Tell your man 50 send you an ounce or something, yo.
You do need
that.
You
might need 2 ounces, nigga.
That's why
paid in full movie. Nigga. I got a G for every bump in your face, nigga. I promise you that, nigga. I promise you that, nigga.
That's why he worried about
Peon, you broke, nigga. You know I got it, nigga. What's up? The bag is up. The both sides.
Hey, yo.
Hey, Flea, where the both sides, Flea?
Let me finish that off. Ain't nobody taking care of over here, B. Yo, nah, you good, my nigga. I fucking love it. They deserve it. They need to hear this shit, man, because they bugging out here. All these niggas worrying about who taking care of who. We take care of we. Ain't no who nigga. Take care of who, nigga. You nigga. Know who doing it. We live. We getting money.
Nigga. We take care of everybody. Nigga. We take care of each other. Nigga.
That's a fact, my G. But linking back up with you, Jim, we missed out on a lot of opportunity, bro. But we ain't gonna miss it out going forward. We need to put some pain together, bro.
Don't lie.
Now Tony Yayo, he responds back after he seen Memphis Bleek and Jim Jones going off on him on his Instagram story. He posted this.
Y'all niggas do, I don't do. I do the other thing. Everything. Y'all niggas go across the street that way, I'm going up. Holla at your boy. I do other things, man. I don't do what y'all niggas do. I don't do what niggas do. I don't watch niggas' money. I don't care. I just do what I do.
Tony Yayo is a chatty patty though, but like he reposts Max B, and y'all know Max B has problems and all kinds of issues with Jim Jones. But I just think that I'm more side with Jim Jones on this one, because I just think that you shouldn't be speaking on somebody else's business, and you trying to see you basically saying my boss is better than your boss. It just doesn't make sense. Some things is best not said at all. But y'all gotta let me know what y'all think about this, man. What you think about what Tony Yayo was saying about Memphis Bleek and Jim Jones? Leave your comments in the comment section. Subscribe to Street Media TV, man. Remember, I love y'all. Till the next time. Peace.